Fear is older than civilization itself. Before laws, before governments, before money, there was fear. And for centuries, those who understood fear learned how to control everyone else. Not with force, not with violence, but by shaping the human mind. Think about this. The strongest prisons in history were never made of stone. They were built inside people's thoughts. From the very beginning, fear kept humans alive. It warned us of predators. It told us when to run, when to hide. But at some point, fear stopped being just a survival instinct and became a tool. Ancient civilizations understood this deeply. In early societies, fear wasn't random. It was organized. People were taught to fear the unknown, fear the gods, fear punishment beyond death. If you disobeyed, you wouldn't just suffer in this life. You would suffer forever. Hell wasn't just a spiritual concept. It was psychological control. And it worked. Because fear doesn't need proof. It only needs belief. As empires grew, fear became more sophisticated. Public executions weren't about justice. They were performances. They sent a message. This could be you. Fear doesn't have to touch everyone. It only needs to touch a few, visibly. Kings ruled by divine fear. Religion ruled by eternal fear. Societies ruled by social fear. Exile, shame, rejection. Humans fear isolation more than death. And power structures learned that early. But here's where it gets deeper. Fear doesn't just control behavior. It rewires identity. Modern psychology confirms this. Fear activates the amygdala, the brain's alarm system. When fear is active, logic shuts down. Critical thinking weakens. People stop questioning. They obey. This is why fear-based messaging is everywhere. News headlines, political speeches, economic warnings, fear of collapse, fear of being left behind, fear of not being enough. Fear keeps people busy surviving, so they never ask who benefits from that fear. Here's something most people don't realize. Fear creates dependency. When you're afraid, you look for authority. Someone to tell you what's safe, what's dangerous, what's allowed. Fear trains people to surrender their autonomy, willingly. Throughout history, fear has always needed a narrative, a story, an enemy, a threat. Sometimes that enemy was external, sometimes it was internal. Your thoughts, your desires, your curiosity. People were taught to fear themselves, their instincts, their questions, their independence. Because a person who isn't afraid is uncontrollable. And fear doesn't disappear with time. It evolves. Today, fear looks different. It's quieter, more subtle, but just as powerful. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not belonging, fear of silence. Modern fear doesn't shout. It whispers. You're not good enough. You're falling behind. You'll be alone. And here's the most dangerous part. When fear becomes familiar, it feels normal. People stop noticing it. They build their entire lives around avoiding it. Careers chosen from fear. Relationships maintained from fear. Dreams abandoned from fear. Fear shapes the path and convinces you it was your choice. But fear has a weakness, awareness. The moment fear is observed, it loses power. When you see fear as a response, not a truth, it weakens. Fear thrives in unconsciousness. It collapses under understanding. History shows us something important. Every major human breakthrough happened when fear was challenged. Exploration, science, philosophy, freedom, all required humans to disobey fear. This doesn't mean fear disappears. It means fear is no longer in control. The most powerful humans in history weren't fearless. They simply refused to let fear decide for them. And this is the quiet truth most systems never want you to realize. Fear is only effective when it goes unquestioned. Once you question fear, once you trace where it came from, once you ask who benefits from it, it begins to dissolve. Fear controlled humans for centuries, but it never truly owned them. It only borrowed power from those who didn't see it. And the moment you do, everything changes. Fear doesn't just control societies, it controls individual lives, quietly, daily, almost invisibly. Most people don't wake up afraid. They wake up adjusted to limits they never consciously chose. Fear teaches you what not to want, not through commands, but through consequences. Be realistic. Don't risk it. Stay safe. Fear disguises itself as wisdom. From a young age, fear trains you to associate risk with pain. Failing equals embarrassment. Standing out equals rejection. Trying equals danger. So, the mind learns a simple equation. Safety equals survival. And anything beyond that feels threatening. This is why so many people abandon their dreams before they even try. Not because they lack talent, but because fear convinces them that wanting more is dangerous. Here's the truth most people never confront. Fear doesn't stop you violently. It slows you down gradually, until one day, you no longer remember what you wanted in the first place. And while most people are busy managing fear, a small group learns how to use it. Throughout history, the wealthy didn't just accumulate resources, they accumulated psychological leverage. They understood something fundamental. Fear makes people predictable. When people are afraid of losing their job, they tolerate less. When people are afraid of being judged, they conform more. When people are afraid of instability, they accept almost anything labeled security. Fear turns humans into manageable systems, and systems can be optimized, extracted from, and controlled. This is why fear is so profitable. Entire industries are built on it. Fear of illness, fear of aging, fear of not being enough, fear of missing out. Marketing doesn't sell products, it sells relief from fear. Buy this to feel safe. Buy this to feel worthy. Buy this so you're not left behind. The wealthy don't fear uncertainty the same way. They study it. They move toward it. Because uncertainty is where opportunity lives. While fear tells most people to wait, those who understand fear move first. This creates a psychological divide. The majority operate in fear-based logic. Is this safe? What if I fail? What will people think? The minority operate in possibility-based logic. What's the upside? What can I learn? What happens if it works? Fear keeps people reactive. Power belongs to those who are proactive. And here's the part that's uncomfortable. Fear doesn't just come from outside systems. It becomes internal, self-policing. You stop yourself before anyone else has to. You reject your own ideas, downplay your ambitions, talk yourself out of growth. Fear no longer needs an authority. You become the authority. This is the final stage of control. When the system doesn't have to do anything, you do it for them. This is the final stage of control. When the system doesn't have to do anything, you do it for them. Fear thrives on what might happen, not what is happening, which means fear collapses in presence, in action, in awareness. This is why movement breaks fear, why expression dissolves it, why doing the thing you're afraid of weakens it. The rich don't eliminate fear, they reinterpret it. Fear becomes information, a signal, not a command. They ask, what is this fear protecting me from? And what is it preventing me from becoming? Most people never ask that. They obey. Your dream life feels heavy not because it's unrealistic, but because fear is guarding the gate. And fear only guards what matters. While most people are frozen by fear, a small percentage move through it, and they gain access to what others avoid. Opportunity lives where fear is strongest. This is why those who succeed often say the same thing. I was scared, but I did it anyway. Fear doesn't disappear at higher levels. It simply changes shape. The difference is who obeys it. Here's the real shift. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a threshold. Every level of life has a fear gate. The only way forward is through it. People who live extraordinary lives aren't fearless. They're familiar with fear. They've stopped letting it negotiate their future. Fear wants safety, but growth demands exposure. And every meaningful transformation feels lonely at first, because fear keeps others behind. Fear keeps the world small, but awareness makes it negotiable. And the moment you stop asking fear for permission, life begins to expand. If this video helped you understand fear differently, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. On this channel, we dive deep into psychology, history, and the hidden forces shaping human behavior and reality. Break free from fear today.